All right, welcome back. You know, in the world of sports, it's wild how one single moment can just set off a massive chain reaction. We're talking a legendary player's comeback, a rookie's mind-blowing debut, and of course, the media firestorm that ties it all together. Today, we're going to unpack how all these seemingly separate things are actually creating one giant, incredible story. So, let me ask you this. What on earth could a celebratory dance, a teenage phenom, and a full-blown media frenzy possibly have in common? I know, they sound totally random, but trust me, they're all critical pieces of this amazing puzzle that's unfolding in the basketball world right now. Let's put it all together.
And believe it or not, it all starts with one simple moment, one player, and one very, very famous move.
That's right. If you're a basketball fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The iconic Steph Curry shoulder shimmy. It's officially back. And that is a huge, huge deal.
And make no mistake, this is so much more than just a dance. The shimmy? Well, it's always been like a weather vane for Steph Curry. When you see it, it means he's feeling it. He's confident, he's in total control. And it's basically a warning shot to the entire league that one of the greatest to ever do it is feeling dangerous again. And here's the really wild detail. This all went down during his big return game against the Rockets. And get this, the Warriors actually lost a nail-biter. But you know what? It didn't even matter. The real story, the only thing anyone was talking about, was that the shimmy was back. The message was loud and clear. Steph was back.
But just as one legend was reminding everyone who he is, a whole new force was exploding onto the scene on the very same day. Every great story needs a challenger, right? Well, this one was about to get a massive one. 45. Just let that number sink in for a minute. In a pro game against the best in the world, that is an absolutely monster performance. The only question is, who dropped it? A teenager named Cooper Flagg. And he did it in a game against none other than LeBron James and the Lakers. I mean, come on. Flagg didn't just play well, he completely took over. He put the entire league on notice with a performance that just screams, I am here. And this right here is where the two storylines slam into each other. On the very same day, you have the established legend, Steph Curry, reminding everyone of his greatness, and then you have the future superstar, Cooper Flagg, basically kicking down the door. It's the perfect setup for that classic sports narrative we all love, the old guard versus the new wave.
Of course, these incredible moments on the court don't just happen in a vacuum. The second the game clock hits 0, the media machine kicks into overdrive. And that's when the story really, truly catches fire.
But you know, the reaction wasn't just all celebration. You had a major voice like Stephen A. Smith immediately hitting the brakes, throwing a little bit of skepticism into the mix. So all of a sudden, this triumphant return story now has this layer of doubt. Was the shimmy just for show, or are the Warriors really back?
And then you get the other side of the media coin, pure, unfiltered outrage. Now, okay, this specific quote is about the Knicks, but it perfectly captures the kind of emotional jet fuel that drives these debates. This is that loud, passionate, get-a-reaction energy that takes a story like Curry versus Flagg and turns it into a week-long national argument. This fire is what turns great players into absolute legends.
Now, these on-court battles aren't the only thing driving the drama. No way. The media machine also just loves the personal journeys of the players, especially when there's a huge move off the court that creates a whole new storyline to talk about. And a perfect example of this just went down in the WNBA. Angel Reese, one of the most electric young stars in the game, is on the move. A major trade like this sends its own shockwaves through the league, right? It completely changes the team's dynamic and a player's entire career path, just like that.
And this is great because it shows another side of media analysis. It's not always about just stoking the flames or being skeptical. Here, analysts like Andrea McNutt, and yep, even Stephen A., they focused on the positive human side of it all. They pointed out that this wasn't just some cold transaction. It was a win-win that gave Reese a massive new opportunity.
Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. We've got a legendary comeback, a rookie's insane breakout, and the media storm that connects them. How do all these pieces create the drama that we can't get enough of? Well, it all comes down to this predictable but always compelling cycle.
This breaks it down perfectly. It's a ripple effect. It all starts with one player action, right? Like Curry's shimmy. That action is immediately met by a new challenger. Boom, Cooper Flagg's 45-point game. Then the media dives in, throwing in analysis, maybe some outrage, which just pours gas on the fire. And finally, it all lands with us, the fans, and sparks that debate we all love about who's the best and what's coming next. This cycle, this is the engine that drives sports drama.
Which really just leaves us with this one last thought.
When you have established legends who refuse to go quietly, you have young challengers rising up to take the throne, and you have a media machine ready to magnify every single moment, who actually gets to have the final say? The veteran? The rookie? Or maybe the narrative itself?